Take one on part 3 of the cab rebuild. So I guess yesterday I fitted the rocker panel, trimmed the cab corner piece a little bit, and then after my phone died, I made this piece for the floor pan extension, and it doesn't. So it's partial floor. Part of this is the floor pan. Part of it is a rocker panel. So, anyways, I'll get into that. And just in case you forgot, you're watching Morgan on Wild West Garage. So here's how I started out with the with making that piece there. So, as per usual, I'll flip the camera around and show you how I did this. So I think I explained this a little bit in part 1. So this is kind of dark in there, sorry about that. Anyways, so this part that my hand's on right now, that's the inner rocker. And then this goes in under the lip. So the top of the rocker panel is going to get spot welded right there where my thumb is. Right, that line right there is the lip on the rocker panel where the weather strip pushes down onto. This carries on to the floor pan, and that kicks up onto the floor pan here. So I just made this because I didn't have anything left really to go by. So that just fits in there. There you go. So that just lays on there like that. So now I got to come in here and cut out all this crusty stuff and start fitting that piece in that I made. So got a lot of this cut out here. So now I'm trying to fit this inner rocker / floor pan piece. So you can see how there's some interference there where it humps up for the seat mount area, and then right there where the toe board kicks up. So I'll have to make some marks and do a little bending to take care of that issue. So another found item here. This is a bushing out of a rock hammer. So I believe this is out of a 700 or 800 Sandvik rock drifter hammer. So the striker bar goes back and forth in here, and it hits on this. It's not really supposed to hit on this, but it does. Like, it's supposed to hit on the rock, but sometimes there's a bit of dry firing that goes on, and eventually this wears out, so you have to replace it. And it's super hard metal, perfect for metal shaping. And so I've marked this out. So this is where the seat mount hump in the cab comes up. So I just made a couple marks here. Then I transferred it onto this side because it's got to go that way. And this inner radius here is pretty good. So I'm just going to beat this down into here with this little ball peen hammer. Starting at the inside, because that'll stretch this, because it's kind of captured out here. So that'll stretch more. See how that's rounding up there? So now I'll hit it on the outside. See how it's pulling this in? I don't like that. Hit this down here. here, so going back and forth like this, it'll stretch the metal a bit. If you really want to stretch it, here, you need a lot of stretch right in this area, so I'm just going to peel it out on here. This goes fairly vertical here. So I'm sorry about that shaky footage. That's where I'm pounding. And that's what I'm using to hold my camera or my phone. It's on a concrete slab. It's amazing how much of that vibration is transferring to my super solid setup here. You know, I can't imagine why that's shaking around, but anyways, gonna have to do something about that. So I've got to put a little bit of a roll in this part of the panel here where it kind of rolls up, because the floor pan's kind of got a bit of a curve to it where it comes down to here, so I got to put a little bit of a roll in there because it's not fitting down flat onto the floor pan. So just start by a little more effective here because it's stronger here. Okay, see how that fits. Okay, that's fitting fairly nicely now. Underneath here now, inscribe this to the floor pan. Underneath. Can't see what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. See the pen? Hello, pen. I'm just running it along the edge of the cut on the original pan. There's the mark. And also my little mark here because that's hanging down past that spot right there. Turn this off now and we'll fit it back in. All right, that's fitting very nicely now, including this little dimple here where there's this bead. So now I got to make the piece for here. So I'm going to use this same, I guess you want to call it a template, except where I'm not going to have this bend here. I'll just leave a little bit of material so it comes up high enough. So when I cut out this rusty stuff, it'll go up high enough to cover up, you know, to join up. So I'm going to do that right now. Here's the piece for the seat hump area there or whatever. So I made this so where it sits underneath here, it obviously you can see that it curves up. So I made this template, fits that nicely. Do a line there, you can see that. And that line lines up with this line. So just put it on there. Do that line on the metal. Now I'm going to cut this piece out here. So all of this part is going to come out right here. And then I'll have to cut this off here. I'll probably just cut it off about like that. And then I'll use, well, it'll bend. I'll make it a little thinner. And I'll bend this part up, this part to meet that, and then weld it along there. There's the piece. It's all cleaned up. So I did have it in there, but see right here, it kind of curves. It's a bit of a curve there. And that's straight, obviously. And I've got this bend at 90 degrees here. Now, it's not really 90 degrees, so I'll have to open that top bend up a bit. That's kind of laid over a little bit on this end, but down there it's pretty much 90. So I'll have to, hammer and dolly this out. Probably just, stretch this in here a little bit. And that'll move out, and then move this whole thing out, and that'll fit nicer. Just gonna do a bit of stretching with the ball peen first. Try this. Pretty stubborn. Yeah, that's got to curve out there now. So I'll try it on the truck. So that fits pretty good. There's a bit of a gap along here, but once I cut out the rusty metal behind that, it'll be able to go back into place a little easier. Get rid of all that overlapping metal. So just finish up the scribe here. That's what you want to call it. Making a mark with the Sharpie. I'll cut it off just a little bit below that mark. So now I gotta finish cleaning this out up here and make the patch for that. So I just realized something. This piece is the floor pan extension, and this body mount has to go right here. Has to go right there, actually. So I've got to reverse this part so it so this part here goes like this. It'll go straight up here and then in like that. So I'm just gonna bash that down to get it to reverse. See how that goes. And then there'll be a bit of a, so then this part, you know how it's going to transition. So on the original one, this goes along like this. It curves up right about here. So, I don't know, I think I can do that. I mean, if I have to cut a piece out of there to clean it up, that's all right. See how this goes. That's really made a mess of it. Kind of hard to visualize how it's supposed to be here. So, right about there. And I've got to bring this up. So this section here needs to be flat. I'm gonna have to cut this some way. Figure this out. Come back. Okay, can you see that? So I just made a cut right across there. Obviously you can see that it's cut. And so that's where that has to, bend up. So I'm probably just gonna, rather than, I could cut this. I could cut this out, cut a little piece out of here, bend that up, or I could just weld a chunk of, just a piece in there. I don't know. I guess if I just made a straight line cut this out, made a straight line cut there, I could push that up and then take this piece, stick it on the other side. It's a lot of welding though. It's going to be a lot of welding anyway. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll just make a straight line cut here. Cut this pie piece out, cut it here, bend that up, stick that chunk over on the other side. Good plan. See now this is flat all the way through here. And this, because this is all flat, doesn't have this dip, this trough here. So, yeah, so that solves that problem. Wouldn't have worked anyway, so now it's going to be fine. Right on. There it is. That's pretty much how it would have been factory. Except it's a stamping, of course, no welds. I didn't grind it because it's getting kind of late. I don't want to upset my neighbors, you know. So anyways, there we go. That's all I'm going to do tonight. And then I'll get back at it in the morning. Take a look at this. And it's all brand new. It's turning out well. All right, I got some new lights in here today. Way better. I don't even know if I need that now. But anyways. So, I had a bunch of guys in the shop today. So I got a little bit of work done. So I got this piece made for the kick panel. It's not quite finished yet. I'll rip it out of there and show you what it looks like. Got this all tidied up, fitting good. So just gonna leave that in there for now. Ooh, that was loud. So this is a bit tricky to get this out of here. Not sure how we got this in here now. There we go. So I made this cardboard template and then cut out the piece. It's got a little zigzag in it. And now I've marked that because see this kind of bulges out here where the fender mounts. So I gotta do that same thing on this. So I gotta kind of make that shape. So this, you couldn't even see what I was doing. Sorry. So this has to come out here. So it bumps up there. So anyway, that's what I got to do now. But my granddaughter's here, so I'm going to check out. Okay, my granddaughter has gone home. It's work. So I'll make sure I push this the right way. So that's the shape I need right there. But that's not the side I need it on to work on. It needs to go in this direction. So redraw this on here like this. See how that's bumped out now? Try it back in the truck. So there's a spot right here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. See if I can see it. Can't see it. Can't see it. Yeah, right here. Get the camera over there further. Right there. See that right there? Going to be an opening into the rocker panel, like into the rocker cavity there. So I've got to bend this piece over against this part right here. And I'll show you, so that's right in this area right here below that marker. See the black line? So that whole part there needs to be bent toward the outside of the truck. Okay, there's the solution to that problem. So let's move this over, fill in that gap. Not exactly like the factory built it, but go. It'll do. So now that I've got all the pieces done for the floor pan, I'm going to cut it off here and 7 Chevy. And it's kind of like squirrel, squirrel, Chevy, Chevy. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some locating holes for all these pieces. If I showed you that in there, but you don't need to see it. You'll see it. You'll see it next time. Take my word for it. They're all done. So yeah, so I'm going to drill some locating holes. I'm going to take it all apart, paint the back side where I need to clean up the weld zones, and still have to make the inner structure for the cab corner. I still have to put the piece on the back skin of the cab, the lower chunk on the back of the cab. So all in all, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was 8. 1, 2, 3, right there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 individual pieces, not counting the little chunks I welded in some of the pieces. So it's a lot of work. So anyways, it's probably going to be there's going to be a part 4. This will be part 3. Or this is part 3. And might be a part 5. So hope you can bear with me on this one. Big job. Well, and thanks for watching. See you next time.